Hey, DJ.
How's it going, Rob?
Yeah. Did you do anything different this winter with your workouts, or was it the same routine? And what things are you focusing on?
Yeah, my workouts were a little bit different this year. I dropped some weight just to kind of benefit myself defensively in the outfield. Something that we talked about with Elias and Hyder. Just things that would benefit me defensively. And with my ankle surgery, obviously, last year kind of didn't get the full off season other than the quarantine break or whatever, but drop some weight, try to make a little bit of swing adjustments and stuff and kind of using the whole field. But it was definitely different this year.
Next, we'll go to Rich Dubroff.
Hey, DJ, do you look upon this as an especially important year for you, and an especially important training camp with all the other outfielders who are here?
It's no different than any other spring training. It's the same thing. We've had the same guys. We have other guys that have come into this organization. I can't control what they do. I can only control myself. So I don't look at it any differently. Go out there, play my game, have fun.
Nathan Ruiz, go ahead.
Hey, DJ, between that stretch you had at the end of last season and the stretch you had early in the year at Norfolk in 2019, did those two have anything in common? When you're doing well, what's working for you?
When I'm going well, I'm using the whole field. Yeah, last year the home run thing was cool and everything, but to me that isn't who I am. I'm more of a line drive, base hit guy. I mean, I know everyone sees the bigger build and everything, but if you just look at me throughout my years in college, throughout years that I'm going good, I'm using the entire field. I'm not just pulling the ball. Yeah, it was cool to hit some out of the stadium, having my first hit be a home run and everything. But I feel like when I'm going the best, I'm using the whole field, left center field, and I'm able to react to those pitches inside as opposed to maybe cheating or looking inside first, then going opposite field. I just don't feel like that's sustainable. So that's kind of one of the things I've been working on, trying to drive the ball to opposite field, and then if they come in, react to that.
Dan Connolly, go ahead.
DG, I know you do take pride in your defense, but when the Orioles let Nunez go, that does open up some at-bats at designated hitter. How much would you embrace the opportunity to get a lot of at-bats at DH? And is that different than preparing for being in the outfield?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of respect for guys who are really good at being DHs just because that it's you have to be engaged into the game even when you're not on defense, and can't just let your at bat that you just had or the one that's coming up really foreshadow or like just take over your mind. You got to be a part of the game and just kind of let that at bat go and look on to the next one. So if that is the case, that it'll be a different thing for me, adjustment. But whatever is in the works for me to get on the field and help the team, I'm willing to do whatever.
Jeff Arnold, go ahead.
Hey, DJ, hope you're doing well. In terms of defensively, what specifically you're working on, what were some of the points of emphasis for you this offseason?
One of the big things is just continuing to keep my feet moving. A lot of times whenever I get into trouble, I get to the right spot where I need to be, but kind of just in that last few seconds of it, not moving my feet and kind of letting the ball get too deep on me and kind of blocking myself off with my glove. So the biggest thing and adjustment for me that I found is the most helpful for myself as far as fly balls is just continuing to have my feet moving. Even if there's not someone on base, kind of just acting like there is to kind of keep my momentum going, and just so I'm not stagnant out there. And whenever you get stagnant and the ball kind of at the last second does something, it'll kind of mess you up. So as long as my feet are moving, and then as far as ground balls and stuff like that, we had the mini camp that I came to as well, and kind of got some really good work and got some tips from actually Stevie Wilkerson, who's one of my best friends on the team. Just him playing all different positions, being an infielder, kind of just talking things over and just kind of making it easier for myself so the ball's not really jumping and moving on me. But just going out there, having fun, just playing, honestly. There's a lot of outside things that have been said, but I know what I can do. I know I can play defense. Just looking for the opportunity to play and show you guys, show everyone.
Joe Trezza, go ahead.
DJ, how much weight did you lose and how did you lose it?
I lost probably anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds, just depending on the day. I lost the weight just doing, adding some more cardio in, changing my diet. I actually hired someone to actually cook meals for me, just to kind of balance out the things that I were eating. Talked with some trainers in my agency that we kind of at the beginning of the off season did like a whole week of what I normally would eat during the off season to see my calorie intake, and just like the calories I'm losing as well when I'm working out, and then went from there to kind of balance it out to where I'm actually kind of eating more often, but it's not as big of meals, and eating healthier as well. So just trying everything I can to be in the best shape that I can.
And just a quick follow, was that difficult or did you find that you enjoyed it?
It was difficult at first just because I wasn't used to it. Obviously with change, you're not going to necessarily know how to react, how your body's going to react. But actually, as the off season went on, it got a lot easier for me, just knowing how to keep the weight off and maintaining, getting what I need nutrition wise to be able to have the energy and same amount of power, but also not eating as much. So it got easier as I got used to it, but it wasn't the easiest thing at first.